Welcome to the series on Meet the Award Winners for the 2023 APA Conference and Gala Dinner. I'm delighted to be joined today by two ladies, actually, two for the price of one. We've got the winners of the Significant Team Achievement Award. So Jo and Jo, would you like to introduce yourselves firstly, please?
Sure, yeah. So I'm Jo Ferris. I normally head up the purchase to pay team at Landsec. More recently, in the last few months, my role has changed. So I'm actually seconded to the project team for implementing our new ERP system. So I'm one of the P2P SMEs that have joined the team. And QJA, who's taken the hot seat.
I have, yes. So my name's Jaya Vora. Like Jo said, I've been heading up the team over the last few months, so interim head of P2P, previously working as one of the business partners in the team, and then have the pleasure of keeping the lovely Jo's seat nice and warm while she's over on project, the finance transformation project.
Perfect. Thank you both. And what a great way to start, Jaya. Award winner, step into your new role and become an award winner. Wow.
Endless.
Well, look. If it's okay, ladies, we're doing these interviews so we can, one, recognise the excellent work you and your team have done, but two, let our audience know about what it takes to win an award. So I'm going to ask you a series of questions, and we'll kick off with obviously there was a build up to the sort of a gala dinner. You were finalists. We announced the finalists, the shortlist of finalists. We then came out to the point where we were announcing sort of the runner-up and the winner. When you got announced as winner, how did that feel, and what was the impact of being announced as winner and when you went up on stage?
Well, I think it was just such a wow moment. It was really, really special. I think just taking you back a little bit, Jamie, to the announcements of the runners-up awards, that was really special, I think, as well, because we'd all been aware that you were going to announce on the Friday. So we were all working in different places and we'd all dialed into LinkedIn.
Yeah.
But we've got a team conversation group going, and as they were being unveiled, I think it was just blowing up.
Everybody couldn't type quick enough. We couldn't type quick enough. And I was actually in the office and I had a couple of the team in the office with me who I didn't realize at the time. One of them was on a call with a supplier in a supplier meeting, and I completely scared the life out of him because we'd had 2 for 2 of the shortlist, and then the third one, when it came in, we were like, I just reacted like, and he was absolutely frightened, and I was sorry but not sorry.
I had so many tears in my eyes I could just about see the list of nominees for the third category. So it was just, and then to know that we'd made the final, it was really important for us that we were able to bring the whole team to the gala dinner particularly. And, you know, your teams, all of the team, it's very rare that to get to go to these events. So that was really, really special. And then to actually be up on stage and collecting the award. I think we was actually delayed going up because we were jumping around. We were
still in shock. And I was like, come on, trying to get everyone up. And they're like, did we really win? And it was like, yeah, we have. That's our name up there. You need to go collect our award.
And you know what? Again, I think you both agree that obviously it was our first time doing a gala dinner awards. We've done awards for 6-7 years now, but the gala dinner was something special. The team did an amazing job. Everybody really put the time and effort, including everybody who was sort of finalists and everybody who put themselves forward. So it really was a special evening. Jo, look, tell me a little bit about the nomination itself. Sure. Our audience obviously wants to know about how you won, what you won, and tell us a little bit about your team and what you were nominating them for.
Sure. It was just really important for us to be able to submit a team nomination and just be able to call out the enormous recognition that the team had and the journey that the team have been on in the last 12 to 18 months. Landsec have been on a group finance transformation journey. And what we were seeking to do was combine the function. So prior to that, we didn't have a group procurement function. We introduced one. We'd then taken the AP team, the supply and onboarding team, and the group procurement function. And we thought it'd be really great to have the whole process flow from beginning to end and really start to add value to the business and have real streamlined communication with our supply chain, clear signposting needed into the function, and felt that the whole flow would work better for us as a business. What that meant, unfortunately, is because with the change of the roles and the combining of the group teams, we did have some casualties along the way that meant that we then only started, 1st of August last year with only 30% of our resource out of normal 8 people. And we'd only got a retained knowledge of about 70% between us. So each person knew a part of the role, but not complete holistic view. So there we were, August the 1st, rapidly trying to do some recruitment into the organisation to get people bums on seats and to get real people that were interested in going on the journey with us. So some people that were up for the challenge, people that could really start to lean into business partnering and deliver excellence in that space, people that really understood the concept of business partnering, which is a real kind of mind shift for everybody. But we started January, so through January, which is when yourself came on board.
Yeah.
So Jay is only new to the team, only been here 12 months. And as with the rest of the team. So what we were leaning into was keeping the day-to-day function going. We're probably a medium-sized AP function, P2P function. So we've got circa 2,500 suppliers. We process around 34,000 invoices per annum. And we've also got 16 different payment ledgers that we operate within that. So we had to keep the day-to-day going, recruit, train new people, get everybody up to speed without dropping the ball. And I must say, we didn't.
Yeah. If we do say so
There's
ourselves.
a few small kinks in the roads, but we didn't drop any big clangers. The business continued to move. We continued to pay our suppliers every week, promptly, or as promptly as we could get. And it's just been such an incredible journey. There's a couple of other things we were leaning into as part of that. We did a big launch as a whole function out to the business in March of this year. We'd redesigned and streamlined some of our onboarding process and risk assessment questionnaires. We'd also heavily constructed an internal hub for the business. So what that meant was there was really clear roadmap for everybody as to the process sequencing. We've got all of our information and our processes and everything that they need to know every step of the journey loaded onto there. We'd also heavily supported the design and launch of the new sustainable procurement guidance document, and also what was our old internal policy. It was a procurement guidance policy. So there was an awful lot we'd achieved as well as the day-to-day.
Yeah.
And I think the team had just been on such an incredible journey. You can imagine the highs and lows of all of that 12 months. And it was something really worth celebrating, everybody's incredible efforts.
But look, I mean, again, like, Jay, you've got what a team to inherit, even if it is for a short period. When I look through the award winners and the nominations, and then obviously the judges go through the process, you clearly were a standout winner in this category for all the things you just described there, Joe. I think the judges really took into account the level of detail of your nomination, obviously the journey that you've been on to get to where you are today, and what it meant to you as well in terms of your team. And on that point, just tell me a little bit. So obviously one of the things we always ask is, will this make a difference? Winning an award, being nominated, finalists, shortlisted, and then winning. Do you think this will make a difference to you and your team?
I think the question that I'd rather answer is, how has this made a difference? Because it goes without saying it has. The next morning we were all sort of on the train back on very little sleep, but everybody was sort of running on a high. We got to work, we got to the office, and we almost kind of paraded the award through the office. But it was a really great feeling, because everybody's sort of adrenaline was just on a high, and I can still sort of see that through how the team are sort of feeling quite empowered, lots of smiles. one thing I took away from the conference last year was just realizing how important AP is as a function, because predominantly you don't necessarily get the respect you deserve for a function that does more than just keeping the lights on of a business. So seeing the sort of juniors in our team and all of the team be able to come together and realize how important they are, speaking to other professionals, other individuals, and sort of getting the keynote speakers kind of feeding that information into them, I can really see how positively they've sort of taken it on. And it's not just like we won an award. It's very much like we're award winners. Their mindsets change, the attitudes change, the way they speak to people. They're feeling a lot more confident because they've had that boost of and moment of realization of how much value they're adding.
I think it's just realizing that the last 12 to 18 months has just been so worthwhile. I think that has just been the golden nugget, and it's been an exhausting journey. Can't gloss over that. It's been exhausting. I think, just when people are starting to maybe feel a little bit tired, it's just really boosted everybody up and just given them that incentive to just start the next 12 months with renewed vigor. And just, I think the business have just really been excited for us as well.
Well, look, I'm going to ask you a question now. This is probably going to be a silly question, but I'll ask you anyway. Do you think that you will be putting a nomination in next year or two and attending next year's conference and gala dinner?
Well,
absolutely.
Yeah, I think we would like to think we would. We're on a transformation journey, as we said. We're introducing a new ERP system. So there's lots more to come from us. So I guess just watch this space. We definitely want to be there celebrating something next year.
I'm hearing that a lot. Watch this space. There's lots of winners this year. So look, before we wrap up for today, ladies, and again, it's a huge congratulations from the association and the community at large. To win significant team achievements is a significant achievement purely on the basis of such a large community. And we had so many nominations this year, well over 350. So huge congratulations. Whilst I've got two experts in front of me, it'd be remiss of me to not ask you a question. So one at a time, if you don't mind, a little bit of guidance, a little bit of advice for anybody who might be starting a career in accounts payable or looking for their next level. Any words of wisdom, please, ladies?
So I'm happy to take that first. So I think in terms of maybe if I take looking for the next level and you take starting out, I think looking for the next level, anybody that's been around AP or in that area of the organisation for many years will know that it's not always seen at the forefront of the organisation. And I think there's a real shift. And I think that's one thing that this organisation has really done to empower those individuals in that space, really believe that we've got value to add. We can become, business advisories. We hold a lot of information. We've got a lot of insights in the accounts payable P2P space. And I think starting to become respected business advisors to our stakeholders and add value to our supply chain really is a mind shift. It's a really exciting journey for organisations. And I think, if anybody's joining an industry that's looking at it similarly, I think, we can really take things to tremendous places, and we touch all areas of the business. So there's never a dull moment. There's always sub-projects that we can... There's such a wide plethora of opportunities to get involved in the P2P and AP space. I'd really embrace any that come along and don't be afraid to carve out your own future. Make sure that you can present your ideas to the right people within the organisation, and hopefully they'll be prepared to listen.
And Joe and Jay?
I think just to touch a little bit more, it always kind of sucks going last, isn't it? You feel like your points are taken, but just to kind of elaborate on what Joe said, the exact same thing. It's sort of a huge misconception of that you're just there to process invoices and advise on sort of getting paid, and predominantly that's how people used to see the accounts payable function. It's just realizing that you actually add a lot more value than people might make you think you do, or than you're sort of made to feel that you do. So just being able to partner with people have a conversation instead of sending an email, have the approach of being approachable, and sort of put yourself out there, like to have communications and chats with people, and just really getting exposure to different areas in the business. I think that really helps, because it helps you kind of, like I said, put yourself out there, understand the different functions within your business, and then all of a sudden you become somebody that actually holds a huge amount of information and hugely respected as well.
I think the fact that we've got the new accreditation is awesome, Jamie. I think that's really been something that's fantastic in this space, and we can hold something up and feel proud that we've achieved something that's recognised outside of the industry.
Yeah, I think you're right, actually. I think, by the way, I agree with both your points that for too long, the accounts payable world has been unrecognised. And the conference this year, we spoke a little bit about becoming a profession, and we are now. We are now a recognised profession, which is what we all deserve. And I think with the accreditation and all the things that the association are trying to support, we couldn't exist without members such as yourself. So look, again, my hats off to you. A huge congratulations for the win this year. I'm expecting lots of nominations next year from everyone. But thank you so much for taking the time today. Thank you so much for your words of wisdom. Congratulations once again, and hopefully we will see you on the winners' podium next time. So thank you again, ladies, and speak to you again soon.
Thanks so much, Jamie.